Hello everyone, welcome back. So in this video, we are going to talk about HTTP API calls, and we'll be using get, delete, and put methods in this video. So let's go ahead and start. So already we have created an API, so I have tested it. So let me show you what I've done according to the docs. So here we have used put method, and we have kept like item 1, 2, 3. So basically coming to the put method, it's an HTTP method for updating or replacing an existing resources with a new data. So a put method allows client to send data to the server to update or create a resource if it doesn't exist. It often used to updating existing records. So that is what we have done. So you can see our database, it has been updated with the data that we have sent. So that is where we use the put method. So let me use the other method, which is get an item. So we are just retrieving what we have added. So let me paste that. So this is the one that we have pasted. So let me add that. So you see we have retrieved our information. So coming to the get method, it's an HTTP method used for retrieving data from the resources. So a get method allows client to request information or resources from your API without modifying or updating anything on the server. So that is what it is. And the next thing is delete. So let's delete an item. So for this command, let's use this anyway. So you see we have deleted the item. So now let's try to refresh this. There you go. Right now we don't have any data. So using these API calls, we have successfully deleted those items. And now let's try to retrieve the data again. So let's use the curl method and see. So there is no data found. So this is how you can use these get, delete, and put methods. So we'll see how to create this API. So just wanted to show you this one. So now let's go back and try to go step by step. So the first thing is we have created the database, right? So let me show you. So just go to the DynamoDB and create the table. So create, and here the name of the table that was given was, let me copy that, paste it. So this is the table name that we have given according to the documentation. And coming to the partition key, let's add it as ID. So we have discussed about this in the previous videos. So once it is done, go ahead and create. So that is what you have to do in the step 1, which is creating the DynamoDB. So once you have created, let's go back. So this is the one that you have created, right? The next thing is you have to create the Lambda function. So let's go back to compute, and here we have Lambda. Click that, and now let's go ahead and create the function. So click create, and here let me add the name. So name is, let me add this one. Since it's already existing, we have got an error, so I'll just add it as 1. And coming to this one, create a new role from AWS policy templates, and let me add the role name. So I've used same thing that has been mentioned in the documentation. So I'll just add it and just add 1. And here coming to the policy, here you have to have simple micro services permission. So once it is done, click create. So once it has been created, you'll be adding the code. So let me show you that. So right now we have the default code. Let me add the code from here, and let me paste it. So we have successfully added the code from the documentation. If you can see, we also have the table that we have created. So everything is connected. So once you paste the code, click deploy. So now step 2 is done, where you're going to create this Lambda function. So that is what I have created this one. You see the same thing. I just started the code and just deployed it. So that is what we have created. And the next thing would be like we have to create this HTTP API. So that if you see, we don't have this connection in this function 1. So let me delete this. However, we don't require this one. So I'll just delete that one. Once it is deleted, Now let's click, let's go to the API gateway, because like we have to create this HTTP API, right? So click services, and here click API gateway, and let's wait for that. We have to create this HTTP API. So this is what I have created previously, but let me show you how this is done. So let me create this API and HTTP API and give the name. So let me add that API first here. Give the API name, go to the next, ignore the routes as of now, go next, ignore the configuration stages. So basically these stages are environments that your API is going to deploy to. So after you create this API, you can add more stages and configure state specific settings as request throttling or locking. So right now, just leave it as default, go next, and finally create it. So yeah, create this one. So you have created API1. You see this URL. So we'll be using this URL. So the next thing is we have to create the routes. So let's go to the route section. Right now we don't have any routes. So let me open the other one and show you what I have created in the the other one. Routes. You see, you have added get, put, delete, and get. So that is what we'll be doing now. So you can just click create, use get, and here let me add the ID. You click create, done. Similarly, you have to do for the other one, right? Put, delete, and get. So okay, let me add that one as well. So you have done with the get. Now let's go ahead and get. Now just items, just create it, and the next thing is delete. So delete. Add that from the documentation, add it, and create, and the next thing is put item. So click create, add a put, and items, click create. So it's done. We have created these methods, and the next thing is we have to create an integration, right? The one that the Lambda function that we created. So for this, go to the integration section, and here you can click get and create and attach an integration. So click that, and here Lambda function, you see the function that has been created. So click that, create. So this is for the get item. See, similarly, you have to do, you have to integrate with put, get, and delete. So you have to perform the same operation for the other routes. So once it is done, you can test your API, right? So that is what we have did. So this is one that we have created, and you can now the final thing is like you have to test your API. So now let's paste that. Right now, no messages found. Let's add the curl put method that we have used before. So let me add that, add, and click enter. Oh, so we have kept 1, 2, 3 item, and now let's try to refresh it. Let me add that. Let me add the get item, just a second. So we have added 1, 2, 3. So slash, there you go. So you see, we were able to access this 1, 2, 3. Now let's try to delete this and see whether we can access it or not. Let me open the prompt. Let me add the delete. Enter. So right now we have deleted it. We'll refresh it. There you go. There is no data. So this is how you can create your HTTP API. So coming to this video, I hope you guys understood the concept of today's video. If you've liked the video, please click the like button below. And if you've not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel and please share the video. Thanks everyone.